What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh news video, there are so many cards to talk about in this video, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get straight into it. I have no idea how the hell I'm going to title this video, but yes, there are a lot of cards, including cards from the brand new Animation Chronicle set, from the Utopia structure deck, and even also from and also cards from the what you call it the Egyptian God card, the Egyptian God structure decks, which I will be talking about in this video. But without any further ado, let's get into it. First up, obviously, is the new cards for the Utopia structure deck. Here's actually the first part of it anyway. So the first one is a reprint of number 39 Utopia with the astroglyphic language, which is awesome. I know that we got that in we got the astral language, what was it, Battles of Legend Armageddon last year, so that's actually pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. I'm not so sure if Konami will be doing this for all the numbers, but if they do, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Next up, we have an Xyz monster that looks like an Xyz monster, but it's actually just for collector purposes, and it's called Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, and it says and it has the light attribute, which is kind of cool. So it says Kato Bingu, which, as a note, it means basically like getting fired up or get resolved or something like that. Something, I don't know. The flavor text says it's the challenging spirit to stand up to adversity. The door of possibility will surely open if passions clash. The important thing is to Katobi. Kato Bingu Da Oritachi. And it says that this card cannot be used in a duel. So if you guys do know what that means, let me know in the comments below for all anybody who lives in Japan or anybody who does speak Japanese. If you guys know what that means, let me know in the comments below. I have no idea. I don't speak Japanese. I've wanted to learn how to speak Japanese, but yeah, unfortunately, nothing. And then of course we have a token that is Emperor's Key. This card can be used both as a token or a counter. When a crisis threatens the world, a hero will appear to save it. That is Zexal. Honestly, I love the artworks of the Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal and the Emperor's Key card. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what the structure, what we can expect from that structure, which I will be talking about a little later on in this video. But first up, one of the new cards from the Animation Chronicle. This one is called Prairie Ray Map, which was used by Yusei Fudo in the Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's anime, wherein he battled what's his name? I cannot think of his name. I do not know his name. Damn it. Bolton? I think was his name. I don't remember. No, Tanner was the name. It took me a second to figure it out. Tanner was Bolt Tanner was the guy's name. That was the guy's name. It's a normal spell, and it says at the start of your main phase, add a monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand, and if you do, you half your life points. Also, you cannot activate the effects of cards with the same name as the added card until the end of the next turn, after this card resolves, or until you normal summon a monster with that name. Okay, it seems promising. The card does have a lot of promise, But the only thing is that the last part, the last bit says you cannot activate effects of cards with the same name as that added card until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, or until you normal summon a monster with that name. So if you so the funny thing is that you can actually search out the Ghost Sister hand traps because they all have 0 attack with 1800 defense. You can actually do that. So in a way, this is gonna be the main card that everybody is gonna be using, especially in decks like Sky Striker, even though Engage is banned. In basic in other decks that uses a lot of hand traps, this card is gonna be stupid broken, absolutely broken. Honestly, I think that's gonna be the only thing that this card will be good for, and that's using it to search out your hand traps, which that is scary. That is absolutely fucking scary, really scary. Alright, you guys, now let's take a look at some more cards. Here we are. First, alright, here we go. We finally have our new Destiny Hero cards. We're finally getting them again. We're finally getting them. We're finally getting the cards that were used by Aster and the D. If you guys don't know who the D was, he was basically Aster Phoenix's stepfather in the anime. When Aster's father had passed, or I guess the Japanese anime, basically in the English anime, it was basically captured by Destiny Hero Plasma, basically. Alright, you guys, first up we have D-Force. Is a continuous spell, and it has 2 effects. When this card resolves, you can add one Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. While you control, and then the second effect says, while you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply these effects. You cannot draw during the draw phase. Your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects. Each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 1,000 attack for each monster in the grave. For each monster in both graveyards, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Here's my thing. So obviously you're going to be applying each of those effects. You're going to be applying each of those effects, meaning you won't be able to draw. You're basically skipping a draw phase, and not only that, cards that you have on the field cannot be targeted by card effects. This is going to be the only card that your opponent would be able to control, and even if they were to activate something like say Ghost Ogre, let's say for example, it can easily be negated with cards like Call by the Grave, or even Mind Drain for that matter. So I mean, is it good? It's hard to say. It's better used in a pure Destiny Hero build with added cards, like Solid Soldier, Liquid Soldier, Shadow Mist would be another good one, and even also Stratos as well. Because with Stratos, you guys know Stratos, you can search out for any heroes that you want from your deck. And then as far as this last effect, each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for each monster in both graveyards. Meaning no matter how many monsters are in your graveyard and your opponent's, Plasma is going to have a good amount of attack. That right there is absolutely scary. And judging by the artwork, if you guys do go to where, to ygorganization.com. Nope, no copyrights here. Big shout outs. You guys know how this works. But if you guys go there and you look at the card, it kind of looks like it kind of looks like a pair of brass knucks in a way. but is the card good? I would probably put this at 1 because if you were to have a second copy, it's gonna be a break. It's gonna be a break because with Destiny Hero based decks, you're only gonna be running at least 1 plasma, so you only need 1. You only need 1 copy. And then the other card is Dr. D. Yes, we finally got that card finally. Which is a normal spell and has 2 effects. Banish 1 Destiny Hero monster from your grave, add to your hand, or special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your grave. So it's basically a 1-for-1. It's basically a 1-for-1, but in the form of a monster reborn, so to speak. So you banish one of your heroes, like say Destiny Hero Dreamer. Let's say that, to summon back Disc Commander, which you get your 2 cards, or you can also summon back one of your higher up Destiny heroes, possibly like Plasma, maybe Dreadmaster, if you will. This card could be pretty useful. And then the second effect says you can banish this card from your grave, then target 2 Destiny Hero monsters you control. The attack of one monster becomes the attack of the other monster. So it basically has an effect similar to Dark Magic Twin Burst, where with Twin Burst you target your Dark Magician, and it gains the attack of Dark Magician Girl, which is obviously 2000. Which, that's a pretty good effect. That's a pretty cool effect. Alright, you guys, now for the Egyptian God structure decks. First up is the Obelisk deck. I believe each one only has like 30 cards. It's 45. Okay, never mind. All of these cards are reprints, and I know that most of these are not going to be seen in the English. I think they will be seen in the English. Maybe they will. But for the Obelisk deck, going in numerical order, you have Obelisk the Tormentor, Soul Crossing, Fist of Fate, Divine Evolution, Level Resist Wall, Angel 01, Nimble Manga, Bazoo the Soul Eater. Actually, a really good reprint. Especially for all those Go format players out there. Cyber Dragon, Hardened Arm Dragon, Super Nimble Mega Hamster, Evil Swarm Mandragora, Photon Saber Tiger, Evil Swarm Salamandra, Raw's Disciple, stupid crazy card. Unmasked Dragon, Mare, which I believe that's a tuner if I remember correctly. Nimble Beaver, Condemned Witch, Gizmek Uka, the Festive Fox of Fesundity, I believe. Gizmek Makami, the Ferocious Fanged Fortress, Harpy's Feather Duster, Brain Control, Monster Reborn, Different Dimension Capsule, Pot of Avarice, Double Summon, Forbidden Chalice, Lance, and Dress, Supply Squad, the Monarch Stormforce, Call of the Haunted, Cloning, and Drowning Mirror Force. This is interesting because out of all these, the main cards the top cards that they're going to be very expensive, whether they're common or hollow, will probably be the cards from the Prismatic God box that we saw in Japan. What was it, last year? I think it was. The Gizmex, Feather Duster, definitely Avarice, because Avarice has been off the ban list for like a little over a year now. So actually, that's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, I love them, but I don't know if it's worth getting because of the fact that especially in one's collection, you could potentially have all these cards and you could just build the deck yourself. So if you were to get these, you probably want to get them just for the new cards, which are Soul Crossing, Fist of Fate, and Divine Evolution, and of course Level Resist Wall, which I think is a new one, but still awesome set. Can't wait to. I actually might get them because I think we're supposed to be getting them in Anyway, sorry about that. My window's open and it's Tuesday. Trash people come in. I might get them and show off the cards, but we'll see. Anyway, now for the Slifer deck. So go in numerical order. We have Slifer, the Sky Dragon, Soul Crossing, Thunder Force Attack, Ultimate Divine Beast, Millennium Seeker, Talos the Little Angel, Breaker the Magical Warrior, a really good another really excellent reprint, especially for those GOAT players out there. Beast King Barbaros, Ninetail Fox, which I think that was from, was it Dual Power if I remember correctly? Phantom Sky Blaster, Card Guard, Calico Claw Crow, Electromagnetic Turtle, Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, Scapegoat, Arima the Wicked Warden, Duke Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord, Clock Wyvern, Tenny Spirit Vishuda, Reactor Slime, Swords of Revealing Light, Harpy's Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, Enemy Control, Pot of Avarice, March of the Monarch, Supply Squad, Card Advance, The True Name, One-Time Passcode, Layer of Darkness, Draw of Fate, Mirror Force, Reckless Greed, Metal Reflex Slime, The Golden Apples, and Back to the Front. So with this deck, with the Obelisk deck, it ensures that you're able to have monsters on the field to trigger it to trigger its effect to pop all the cards that your opponent has on the field. With the Slifer deck, it ensures that you're able to have cards in your hand. So those are actually pretty good. I might have to do deck profiles on them. But now we go back to Animation Chronicle. First up, we have Ice Barrier, which is a normal trap card. And if you guys are wondering about this card, this was used by Alexis Rhodes in a tag team duel at the end of the GX manga. So I believe this was so it's so yeah. I don't read the manga. Hold on, let me. Sorry guys. I had to move my camera a little bit. Honestly, I don't read the manga. If you guys know about that tag duel, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. But of course we have Ice Barrier, which is a normal trap. Its second effect is a once per turn. When an attack is declared, the first effect says when an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster, change that opponent's monster's attack to 0. Its battle position cannot be changed. Also, its effects are negated. So it's basically a shadow spell, but in the form of a normal trap. So, or I guess rather, it's more like a mix of like shadow spell mixed in with Fiendish Chain, but in the form of a normal trap, because you're cutting your monster's attack points down. That monster can't attack, change its battle mode, and its effects are negated, which, hello, Shadow Spell and Fiendish Chain, they're the exact same. Not too shabby. Second effect says you can banish the card from your grave. You cannot special summon monsters until the end of the turn except water monsters. Also send a level 5 or higher water monster from your deck to the grave, then you can add a water monster from your grave to your hand. So it's basically it's basically a monster reincarnation of sorts, but the only downside is that there aren't, especially in today's meta, there aren't a whole lot of water decks nowadays because of the fact that the water decks now. I mean the only deck that would probably run this card would probably be Marine Cess. Don't mind that. Or potentially Ice Barrier, if Ice Barrier had become like stupid meta, which I don't think so. That's pretty hard to that's pretty hard. That right there is a hard deck to build. But speaking of water decks, we actually have speaking of GX and water, we have Ice Knights, which was used by Frost in that tag duel between him and Thunder against against Cyrus and Hasselberry, which that was a pretty interesting duel. It's a 4-star Water Aqua with 1300 attack, 1200 defense, and both of its effects say. Its first effect says it gains 400 attack for each Aqua monster you control. So this card could be used in Ice Berries, but it can also be used in Paleo Frogs as well, because that Paleo Frogs have a lot of Aqua type monsters. This card can be really useful. Second effect says once per turn you can activate this effect. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon a water monster in addition to your normal summon or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You cannot normal summon or normal or special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except water monsters. So this card has an effect similar to it's kind of like a double summon of sorts, but it's pretty good. It's basically like a double summon, basically, honestly. Is it gonna be good? It's hard to say. But not only that, we also have the revealed effect of Astral Kariba, which I'm very curious about, and it is a 1-star light attribute fiend with 100 attack and defense, and its first effect is a once per turn. You can reveal one number exceeds monster in your extra deck special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, its level becomes equal to the real monster's rank. But you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while you control this face-up monster summoned this way, except number exceeds. So, being locked out of just summoning numbers, you can't go wrong with that. Cannot go wrong with that. Second effect says a number exceeds summoned using this card of the field as material against this effect. Cannot be sure about or card effects. Damn. That's pretty broken. That is pretty broken. I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna say anything more about it except that it is fucking broken. All right, you guys. Now for the other card used by Frost, was this by Frost? Oh no! Oh wait, no! This was used by that servant from 5Ds, that puppet. I almost forgot. It's called Ice Mirror, which says target a level 3 or lower water monster you control. Special summon a monster with the same name from your deck. While you control that face of monster, special summon by this effect. You cannot special summon from your extra deck. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Locking yourself out of the extra deck is kind of stupid, but it works if you're able to pull some weird ass combo with it. But now I believe there's only a few things to talk about. Yep, only a few more cards to talk about, guys. So first up, we have the Starlight reprint for the set for the Animation Chronicle, or I guess Our Battles of Legend. Last year we got number 39 in the Astroglyphic language. This one, number 17, Leviathan Dragon, which honestly is kind of crazy. I think it requires 2 level 3s, I believe, and you have to detach a material from the card and engage a certain amount of attack, which is not too shabby. But funny enough, just like Utopia last year, this one, the actual language version, is legal for tournament play, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Absolutely insane. Next up, we have another manga card called Starving Venomy Dragon, which is a Pendulum Fusion, which is a level 7 Dark Dragon Fusion Pendulum, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. It has a pendulum scale of 1, and its pendulum effect says, each time a card or cards on the field is sent to the grave, place 1 Venomy counter on this card for each. the second effect says all monsters on the field except Dark Dragon monsters lose 200 attack for each enemy counter on the field. And the last effect says once per turn you can reduce the battle damage you take from a battle to 0. So not only does it deal with counters, but monsters on the field except Dark Dragons lose 200 attack for each counter on the field. Ooh, excuse me. Ow. And you take no damage. That's pretty broken. That's a pretty broken effect. Now for its monster effect, which there are two. For the first effect is once per turn. You can target a face-up monster your opponent controls until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Then that monster loses 500 attack and defense. Its effects are negated, and if it does, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So it basically has an effect similar to number 69, Heraldry Crest, where you're able to, or rather, Heraldry Genome Heritage. I don't remember the number 9. No. I don't remember what number that was. Number 8? Yeah, I think it was number 8. Number 8, Heraldry Genome Heritage, where you're able to absorb the effects of your opponent's monsters, which that's a pretty crazy effect. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. So being able to switch. No, I don't want to go there. Thank you. My laptop is being stupid. So being able to just go from a fusion, have it get destroyed, whether it's by battle or by a card effect, and just put it into the pendulum zone, that is absurdly stupid. Absurdly stupid. Alright, you guys, and the last card that I'm going to be talking about is another Lyrilusc card, which I believe was seen in the anime. But what's so funny about this card is that it's a Dark Ruler no more, but for Lyriluscs. It's called Lyrilusc Bird Strike, which is a normal spell. If you control a Lyrilusc monster, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls until the end of the turn. Don't think I have to say any more about that except, holy shit. Lyriluscs are probably going to be meta. Alright, you guys, now for the new monsters for the Utopia structure. First up, we have Zexal Server's Utopic Sage, which is a rank 4 Light Warrior Exceeds with 2000 attack, 2500 defense, and it requires 2 level 4 monsters. You can only use the first effect once per turn. You can detach 2 materials from this card. Supposed to summon 1 Zexal weapon or Zexal Servants, I believe is the English name. Monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot supposed to summon monsters from your extra deck. From the extra deck, except Exceeds monsters, nor attack except with number monsters. Being able to just summon a Zexal weapon or a Zexal Servants from the deck, and just being able to just bring out, cards like Utopia and whatnot. That's broken. You're basically, I don't even know how to describe it. That's just absolutely crazy. Second effect says, if a Utopia and or Utopic Exceeds monster you control whose original attribute is light, other than Zexal Servants, Utopic Sage, would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you banish this card from your field or graveyard instead. So it has an effect similar to Return of the Dragon Lords, where you're able to protect, your Utopia monsters from being destroyed. That's pretty good. Next up, we actually have Contract of Destiny, which is a continuous trap, and its second effect is a once per turn. First effect says, each time a card or cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, place 1 Emperor's Key counter on this card, max 1. Okay, so basically, if you guys remember the Emperor's Key card that I had talked about earlier, now you know. Second effect says, if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters from the extra deck, you can remove an Emperor's Key counter from this card, send one the Door of Destiny from your hand, deck, or face of field to the grave, and if you do, special summon a Light Utopia or Utopic Exceeds monster from your extra deck, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. This is treated as an Exceed summon. So being able to go into cards like being able to go into pretty much any Light Utopia monster from your extra deck is just insane. You can even go, maybe you can also go into Utopic Dragon, which I believe is also a light attribute, which that's pretty cool. But of course, too, you would need to have the Door of Destiny in order to use that effect. And then last but not least, we have Numbers Protect, which is a counter trap, so you know it's going to be a Solemn Judgment, which both of its effects are a once per turn. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated and you control the number exceeds, negate the activation and destroy it. Yep, it's a Solemn Judgment, basically. If a number exceeds monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, and this card is in the grave, you can set this card to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's funny because you can actually bypass this effect by using not just by using what's that one? By using a card like Trunade, that could be a real that card can help you bypass the banish effect of this card, which that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. And then for the reprints that are going to be in the structure deck, we have number 39 Utopia Double, which is pretty broken. We have Gagaga Sister, Zexal Weapon Lightning Blade, Zexal Weapon Tornado Bringer, Zexal Weapon Asura Strike, Kage Tokage, Gagaga Academy Emergency Network, the Door of Destiny, which I believe that was I believe that was in World Superstars, as was this one, Halfway to Forever. And then number 99 Utopic Dragon, yeah, so you can't go into Utopic Dragon. Number 32 Shark Drake, and number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. I don't know why Shark Drake is in this set, but that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Honestly, the new Utopia cards, I think they're gonna be really broken. I don't know if they're gonna be like absurdly crazy in terms of the meta, but that is going to be one hell of a structure deck to talk about on the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. And if you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which gets posted on Tuesdays, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links way down in the description. Fan mail, you guys know what's good. My address is down below. And before I sign off, question of the day: What are you guys' thoughts on the new Utopia structure deck? Let me know in the comments below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.